Are you afraid failing your test because of parking? 110 of steering wheel and you are on the curb. Now I will show you how to park calmly and accurately. Hey there, it's Ed here and welcome to Ray Driving Theory channel. Today I'll talk you through step by step how to parallel park clearly, calmly and just like you need to do it on the test. Before practicing parking, I recommend installing the Ray Driving app. It's got step-by-step guides and checklists for every maneuver. Download link is in the description. Let's go. Parallel parking is one of the maneuvers you may be asked to carry out on your driving test. It normally takes place on a quiet residential street and the examiner will ask you to park on the left-hand side behind another vehicle. What are they looking for? Three key things. Observations. You must show all-round awareness before and during the maneuver. Control. Smooth use of vehicle. Accuracy. Finishing reasonably close and parallel to the curb without touching it and without sticking out into the road. The space does not need to be perfect, but it does need to be safe and under control. So, parallel parking maneuver on your driving test, examiner is going to ask you to pull up on the left behind the vehicle which you will be using for the maneuver itself. Now let me show you how that's going to happen on your test, and I will show you the full maneuver as well. So now when you have pulled over on the left behind the vehicle, examiner is going to ask you to carry out your parallel parking maneuver using the car in front of you. What we need to do now is we need to move off and be next to that vehicle. I use 4-step method: steering wheel straight, steering wheel left, steering wheel straight again, and then steering wheel right. Hopefully when I'm going to do it now, that's going to make sense for you. Okay, so whenever I'm ready, I'm going to do all my observations. Going to be ready to move off and position myself for the parallel parking maneuver. Going to keep approximately a meter away from the white vehicle. First things I'm going to do, I'm going to select the reverse gear. Reverse gear is sorted. Now I'm sending the message to people behind us that I will be carrying out a reverse parallel parking maneuver. So the vehicle behind me further down the road can actually see what I'm planning to do. Before we move off, we need to make sure it's safe to go. So we would need to do our observations. But our first reference points will be, we're going to keep our steering wheel straight and we're going to reverse in a straight line. So my seat belt reaches the back of the car, just slightly past the back of the car. So there's no one around me. I looked all the way around. I'm going to start reversing with the straight wheels, keeping my vehicle reversing nice and straight. Now I'm going to stop it here. Now at this point, my seatbelt is slightly past the parked vehicle. That's my first reference point. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full lock to the left. People prefer to do a 110, people prefer to do a full lock. It really depends which is the best for you and which technique helps you the most. There's multiple ways of doing this. The next thing we need to do is we need to create a 45-degree angle. I try to use a clock face. So at the moment I'm facing at 12 o'clock. I need to get my car in between 2 and 3. So that would be approximately 45-degree angle, 45-degree angle. That's the next reference point, what I'm trying to go for. So before I start any movement, I do my observations all around. There's no one around, there's no vehicles in front, there's no vehicles behind me, and I start gently reversing. So 12 o'clock, that's about 1 o'clock, that's about 2 o'clock, and that's in between 2 and 3. And I'm happy with my angle. I stop at this point. Now I will do a full steering back to the wheels straight, so we can see my wheels are straight. The next step is the most difficult step, and which learners do get wrong, and this is down to each vehicle, the way your mirrors are set up, the way the mirrors are on the vehicle. You need to find the reference point, how far back to the curb you need to go. I generally try to use the left mirror for this, and I go with my front door handle being slightly onto the curb. Now before I start reversing, I'm going to look all the way around. There's a vehicle behind me. I'm going to see what they're going to do. They're going around me, so I wait till it's safe to go. There's another vehicle further up, but I'm fine to carry on. I'm going to now reverse closer. I keep looking all the way around. That vehicle is parking up. And at this point now, this is approximately my front door handle onto the curb. And I think I'm happy with my distance from the curb. Now, the last step, what's left is full lock to the right, because I now need to bring the front of the vehicle in parallel to the curb. Before I do any movement, I look around, it's all safe. I start slowly swinging the vehicle in. There's further back, there's the vehicle, which I'm aware of, but I know I will finish the maneuver before they get to me. They're not yet. I'm gonna stop it, have a quick glance, it's all good. And towards the very end, we don't need to focus too much on the mirror. And no, I'm not going to hit the curb, and the gap from the curb is going to be reasonable for the maneuver. All I need to do now is make the moment when my car becomes straight. So my car's nice and straight. I straight up the wheels, I stop it, I pull up the parking brake, and the job is done. Ray Driving is your exam assistant. It's got everything you need to be ready. Not just for the test, but for the real road. The download link is in the description. If you are learning to drive in the UK, hit that subscribe button. We've got new lessons and tips every week. Okay, now let's do it in a different location, which is a dual carriageway. And if I'm carrying out this maneuver, more likely I will be blocking the whole road and people may not be able to get around me, where I need to deal with other road users. So now, to make my life a little bit easier, before I'm going to start, I'm going to make sure there's no vehicles coming from behind me, because I can see the vehicle coming there. To make sure it's safe, no one's turning into the road, and off I go. I'm gonna get myself again next to the vehicle, approximately a meter away, as straight as possible. I'm gonna select my reverse gear. I will do my observations, because if we don't do the observations, we're gonna fail our test. Now, my first reference points, obviously, steering wheel straight, reversing back, so my seat belt is slightly past the vehicle next to me, which is about there. Beautiful. Let's get on to the step 2. I'm gonna do full lock to the left. Gonna make sure it's all safe, no one's coming around me, still no one there. I'm gonna create my between 2 and 3 o'clock angle. This is the moment I'm actually closing the road, so I keep looking what's happening around me so I don't interact with any other road users too much. No one's there, no one's coming. Brilliant. My wheel's straight. Now I need to get closer to that curb. Now this is that tricky moment with the mirror. Depends how it's adjusted. You need to find your own reference point for it. Start reversing. I'm going to start reversing closer to the curb. I think that's about there. I'm happy with that point there. There's no cars around me. There is someone coming. Still have time to create a space on the road for them to being able to get past me. I can see that's good. They're getting closer. I'm going to pause it. Make sure they're going past me. Brilliant. They're out of the way. I can carry on my maneuver. Towards the end, I don't look too much to the mirror anymore. I wait till my car becomes straight and I straight up my wheels. Take it out of the gear, secure it, and the job is done. Now let's have a look at a couple of mistakes. So one of the mistakes I made was I didn't stop my maneuver when a cyclist was going around me. Let's have a look at the footage there. Learner behind me is showing clear intentions. They're going to wait till I will finish my maneuver, so I'm going to start to carry on doing it. Oh my god. So I should have stopped when the cyclist is going around me. Another moment was when a BMW was behind me, more over to the left side. He was waiting for me to carry out the maneuver and he made a move. I didn't do effective observations. I didn't see him and I didn't stop my maneuver at the moment when he was going around me. So that's one of the most common fails, the way you can fail on parallel parking. At the same time, let's now have a look in couple mistakes where we go too much onto the curb, we hit the curb, we made a too large angle, or we had too much pressure from other road users when carrying out the maneuver in a difficult location. Now, let's look into the situations when things doesn't go by the plan. One of the mistakes is why you could get a serious fault is if you hit the curb. So let me show you how it's gonna look. Okay, we started our maneuver. We positions. There's some oncoming traffic. I'm gonna have to stop. More likely, they're gonna go through that gap. Don't move. If I would move now, I would more likely get a serious fault. So the vehicle is waiting. Gonna reverse back a little bit. Gonna do my nice little steering. They're still moving. I'm gonna reverse back a little bit. I'm under pressure. I want to get out of these cars. And my all attention was on the vehicles in front of me. I go, okay. And I go, oopsie, on the curb. And I messed up my maneuver. Unfortunately, on this occasion, this would be a serious fault because I was slightly out of control. The most common moment when this is happening is either we're struggling with our reference points on the left side, or either we have too much pressure from other road users, which I technically had. I had quite a bit of vehicles around me. I was too focused on the cars and I completely forgot about maneuver. I was focusing only to reverse back, get out of the way. I don't want to be inconvenienced to other people, and I messed up my maneuver. The important is stay calm, take your time, assess the situation and do it nicely. Another very common moment is creating too big angle. So position is fine. Yes, I'm a little bit closer to that vehicle because this road is narrower. It's a little bit less than a meter, which is not an issue as long as I don't get too close to it. I will get my lock. That vehicle behind me is turning. I will create my angle. This is where I would need to stop, but let's say I went a little bit too far over. Oh my God, my angle's too big. That car's coming. Again, another pressure with the vehicle. He flashed, he let me do it. I'm trying to rush it there. I'm going too quick. I lost the thought and I went, oops, again on the curb. Again, pressure, other vehicles got me in a situation where I messed it up. And not only the pressure this time, but my angle was too far out. If my angle would be in between 2 and 3 o'clock, I would more likely finish this maneuver and the car would straighten up before the curb. Okay, let's do it again and let's do one more nice attempt. Let's move out nicely. There's no one there. There's no vehicles ahead of me. I'm gonna get myself next to that vehicle. There is some traffic ahead of me coming towards me. I'm gonna make sure it's all safe before I start maneuver. I will reverse back, get my first reference point. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna wait it out. This guy's going with a lot of confidence. There's a vehicle behind me as well. There's a vehicle ahead. I will just wait it out. I'm not gonna block the road for these people. So this guy flashed, he's going through. Is the vehicle behind me gonna go? Is he moving? No, he's letting me to carry on with my maneuver. I'm gonna create my angle, I'm gonna straighten it up, I'm gonna get a little bit closer, I'm gonna bring the vehicle in. Is he moving? Not yet. And I'm gonna finish nicely next to the curb. If you take it step by step and don't rush, parallel parking stops being a problem. It's really all about your starting point and controlling what you see in the mirrors. And don't forget, we've got an app that covers everything from theory to hazard perception. Just search for Ray Driving Theory Test app and you can download it from the link in the description. Thanks for watching the Ray Driving Theory channel. Stay sharp, stay safe, and I will see you soon.